Greetings, I am Samyo Hangma Rai, and today we're going to study the chapter titled Thomas and Jerry of Grade 9. So let's begin the class now.
Thomas and Jerry. Once upon a time in a village there was an old man named Jerry. He hadn't seen his son who lived in the city for a few years and wanted to meet him. He started his journey and came to the city where his son used to work and stay. He approached the place where he used to get letters from a long time ago. When he knocked on the door, he was excited and smiled with joy to meet his son. Unfortunately, someone else opened the door. Jerry asked, "I suppose Thomas should be staying in this place?" The person said, "No, he has left and moved to a different location." Jerry was disappointed and just pondered how he was going to meet his son. He started to walk down the street and the neighbors asked Jerry, "Are you looking for Thomas?" Jerry responded by nodding his head. The neighbors gave Thomas's office address to Jerry. Jerry thanked them and started towards the path which would lead to his son. Finally, Jerry arrived at the office and asked at the reception counter, "Could you please tell me Thomas's location in this office?" The receptionist asked, "May I know how you are related to him?" Jerry responded politely by saying, "I'm his father." The receptionist asked Jerry to wait for a moment, then rang Thomas and conveyed the message. Thomas was stunned and told the receptionist to send his father to the cabin immediately. Jerry entered the cabin. As soon as he saw Thomas, his eyes were filled with tears. Thomas was happy to see his father. They talked for a while and Jerry asked Thomas, "Son, Mom dearly wants to see you. Will you go home with me?" Thomas responded, "I'm afraid I can't go home, Father. I'm very busy working for my success and it's hard to take leave to visit as my hands are full with lots of stressful work." Jerry gave a simple smile and said, "Okay, you may do your work. I'll be going back to our village this evening." Thomas asked, "Would you stay for a few days with me, please?" Jerry responded after a moment of silence, "Son, you are busy with your tasks. I don't want to make you uncomfortable or become a burden for you." He continued, "I hope if I ever had a chance to meet you again, I would be happy." Then he departed. After a few weeks, Thomas wondered why his father came alone after a long time. He felt bad for treating his father in a weird manner. He felt guilty, so took leave for a few days and went to his village to meet his parents. When he went to the place where he was born and grew up, he saw that his parents were not there. He was shocked and asked the neighbors, "What happened here? My parents have to be here. Where are they now?" The neighbors gave the address of the place where his parents were staying. Thomas scurried to the place and noticed that it was like a graveyard. His eyes were filled with tears and started to walk slowly towards the place. His father noticed Thomas in the distance and waved his hand to draw his attention. Thomas saw his father, started to run and hugged him as soon as they met. Jerry asked, "How are you?" and continued, "What a surprise to see you here. I didn't expect that you would be coming to this place." Thomas felt ashamed and kept his head down. Jerry said, "Why are you feeling bad? Has anything wrong happened?" Thomas responded, "No, Father," he continued. "It's just I never knew that I would be seeing you in this position in our village." Jerry smiled and said, "I had taken a loan when you moved to the city for your college to pay for your education, then again when you wanted a new car. But due to your loss in farming, I couldn't pay the loan back. I thought of approaching you for help, but you were busy and bustled with your work. I didn't want to burden you with our problem and remained silent. I had to let our home go to repay the loan." Thomas whispered, "You could have told me I'm not an outsider." Jerry turned around and said, "You were very busy and stressed with your work, which made me remain quiet. All we wanted was your happiness." Thomas started to cry and hugged his father again. He apologized to his father and asked him to forgive him for his mistake. Jerry radiated and said, "No need for that. I'm content with what I have now. All I want is that you spare some time for us. We love you very much, and at this old age, it's hard to travel to see you often." Thomas and Jerry. The story is about a father, Jerry, and son, Thomas. Jerry had come to the city to meet his son Thomas at his home. Unfortunately, his son was not there. Upon inquiring here and there, a few people were able to give him address to where Thomas had worked. When Jerry asked the receptionist to meet his son, the son immediately asked for the receptionist to send Jerry into his office to meet. The father and son were reunited and the father asks the son to come home. The son refused because he said that he had a lot of work to do and taking leave was not as easy. The son instead asked his father to stay with him for a few days in the city, but the father refused and stated that he would return the same evening. Thomas, after weeks of his father's return, wondered and felt sorry for treating his father in a weird manner. So he took a few days' leave and went to his village to look for the father. Upon reaching his old childhood home, he discovered that their father did not live there. So the son felt bad seeing his parents' condition. The father revealed about the loan and selling their home to repay it in order to ensure that Thomas was able to live a good life. All the father wanted was from his son to come and visit them because that is all that they need in their old age. Homework. Why did Jerry not tell Thomas about the loan? What does Jerry want from his son at the end? How was your class today? If you have any feedback or suggestions, please feel free to write to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.